ephrodicules, yes, which are those stringy looking lines connecting seminiferous tuberals in the right testes to the epididymis. Sometimes I like to tell stories from work, and I just shouldn't. And then to what structure? I just gave it away. Oh no, I didn't. The vas deferens. Right. So from here, the vas deferens combine with what structure? They combine with what into what? So you got the second part. So the vas deferens combine with the seminal vesicles. So this is where your seminal vesicles are chopped in half. Your vas deferens combine with this to go into your ejaculatory duct. So there have been questions in the past where make sure the question is asking about sperm pathway or semen pathway, because not all of these structures are appropriate for both of those. Sperm comes from one place and semen comes from another place, and then they combine. So we went from the seminal vesicles and the vas deferens into the ejaculatory duct, and then from the ejaculatory duct, what structure is the ejaculatory duct within? The prostate. And then from there goes to what structure? What part of the urethra? Prostatic urethra. And then to what part of the urethra? Membranous urethra. Into what part? The spongy urethra. What is a structure pictured that I did not mention? Anybody know? Not necessarily, but that's a good one to go over too. The bulbourethral glands. The words are all complicated. I guess women are too, but there's just a lot of things going on here. What is the significance of the bulbourethral glands?
They produce alkaline mucus to help neutralize the acidity of the urethra.
So, like all men know, and mostly women in here, sperm or semen and urine come out of the same place out of men. So your bulbourethral glands don't actually contribute to semen itself, so it's not considered part of the pathway. However, it does release fluid that neutralizes the urethra so that your sperm are not compromised by any urine left over. So that's likely something they'll ask you, just because it's a specific function. Part about the scrotum. So what is the weird two-worded word, starts with a P, that has a pretty big significance? That one. I'm not asking very great questions. Pampiniform plexus. What is the significance of the pampiniform plexus? Not necessarily. So I don't have a good picture of it. So there's a really good picture in your lab manual. It basically surrounds the arteries and veins going to the testes, but it regulates temperature control because the testes have to be held at a certain temperature. This can get a little fishy. So the pampiniform plexus helps regulate the temperature there, and also the scrotum helps. I would know those two, especially the pampiniform plexus for a question on an exam. It'll likely be like what structure helps regulate temperature. Something simple. You'll know what it's asking about. That's a word I would know how to spell correctly, because in the past, like, you would likely know what you're talking about, but I guess they're being super strict about spelling this year. Well, not super strict, but more strict than they have been. But yeah. So that's a little crash course in reproductive anatomy. Any questions on either egg or sperm or semen pathways? No? Everyone agrees men are more complex than women? Yes, finally. Any other questions? feel free to stay and ask questions. That's all the slides I have. You guys are more than welcome to go. I don't even know what time it is. I'm early. Great. If you guys have any questions, feel free to stay. If not, good luck studying. If you really, I'm not really free any nights this week to meet, but if you guys like have a break in your classes during the day and want to email me and try to go over anything, feel free to email me. I'm happy to try and meet with you guys, but I typically work at the hospital weird hours, so I'll do my best.